to Melissa's getting us back on track for back to school.
Oh, we love those words. Some people do. Anyway, back to school, and it means a new schedule for parents and kids. And we're not just talking about the pickups, the drop-offs, the lunches. A lot of important hours that your child spends are actually outside of the bedroom, tucked in bed. And we have here with us today, getting you back on that healthy sleep schedule, Alanna McGinn. You are a sleep consultant.
I am, yes.
And that sounds like the best title I've ever heard in the world for a morning show, for sure. So we want to start with particularly parents of young children. I have a 2.5-year-old. She's not going to school yet, but she's got preschool that we're preparing her for. And a lot of kids are going into JK.
That's right.
And guess what? No more napping. So how do we start to prepare the kids?
It is a big transition for our little ones, right? So you were going from napping once a day to full day school. Busy, lots of kids in one class school. So we want to make sure that we're focusing on bedtime. That's the big one right now. So making sure we're making bedtime earlier for our little ones, because we don't want to necessarily take away the amount of sleep they're getting. We just have to kind of redistribute it. So making bedtime earlier, getting them down, better rested, it's going to help them sleep better at night. It's going to help make that adjustment a lot easier.
And are parents starting that now?
Yes, now's a great time to start it because we have about a week before school starts. So start doing now. So getting them on a back to school routine. So getting them down to bed when they would go to bed normally for school, but then also waking them up in the morning when they're going to be going to school in the morning so that they're well adjusted when school starts.
So I like to think of the 3 R's with my daughter, which is routine, routine, routine when it comes to bedtime.
Absolutely.
So if you're going to start to back time at all, that bedtime, is that what you still recommend?
Bedtime routine is super important because not only does it help prepare them for sleep, so it helps cue them for sleep. So doing kind of the same activities before they go to bed every night helps them know, okay, sleep is coming. This is what we do. And it lessens those battles that some parents get right before bed. So make sure that we're bringing back bedtime routine because during the summer, kind of gets thrown out the window a little bit.
Sure does.
It helps prepare them, but then it also helps give mom and child or parent and child that one-on-one time that we have such a hard time doing throughout the day. We're so busy throughout the day with school, getting homework, getting dinner on the table. So bedtime routine allows us to slow down and connect. So it's a great opportunity.
That's young kids. And then there is the teen. And of course, there's the stereotype of the sleep-deprived teen whose sleep schedule has likely gone out the window over the summertime.
Yeah.
What do parents need to be doing to prepare their teens and older children to get back to school?
Communicating is the first thing. So we want to make sure that we're communicating their sleep needs. They need to understand what their sleep needs are. Parents need to know what their kids' sleep needs are. So starting that communication about the importance of sleep. Unfortunately, we don't hear a lot about that at school. So, start it at home. Schools are starting to take note of that and starting to incorporate it, different education learnings about sleep. But communicating sleep needs to our teens, removing tech is a big one, right?
What did you say, Alanna?
I know.
Because I don't know if I could actually adhere to that kind of routine.
And we have to be our sleep role models. They're sleep role models, right? So we all have to remove tech. So what I like to do is incorporate what I call a family docking station. So within the home, choose a spot where everybody can charge overnight, plug in their devices, keeps everything organized, charged, and out of their rooms.
So you're actually saying we would leave our phones not in our bedrooms?
No. Alarm clocks. Stores still sell alarm clocks because so many people were using our phones as alarm clocks, and this is the fight I get all the time.
And you're saying don't do that.
Don't do that. Go buy an alarm clock. Use that instead. Turn it around, but use the alarm clock.
Why would you say turn the alarm clock around?
So the reason why I suggest turning the alarm clock around is because a common sleep issue that adults have, and teenagers too, is we wake up in the middle of the night and we can't fall back asleep, right? Yes. So our mind starts going with whatever worries, concerns we have at the time, and then what happens is we start looking at the clock, and then that just adds to that stress and the anxiety, and we start clock watching. So set your alarm, it's on, turn it around so you can't look at the time, and just, don't look at it.
So you also say that you have to create that proper environment to sleep.
Yes.
And so let's talk about some of the key things that people should be doing, whether you've got young ones or as an adult, to really enhance your sleep environment.
So yes, exactly. We want to make an environment that's conducive to sleep. And that doesn't change too much depending on what age we're talking about. We're looking at cave-like settings, so making sure it's nice and dark. So blackout blinds, blackout panels, making sure it's quiet. So if you want to incorporate maybe a white noise machine, a sound spa, cooler temperatures work really well too. And then give your entire room an audit, right? So I always say fall and spring is a very good time to do that. Clear the clutter, right? So often our rooms become our workshops, right? Our entertainment centers, we work out in our room, we work playground or playroom for the kids. So clear the clutter, clear that, give your mattresses an audit. When's the last time you've checked your mattress? Our mattresses should be replaced every 5 years.
Really?
I know. It's the most important piece of furniture we own, and it gets forgotten. So give your mattress an audit, and then as I mentioned before, give your night table an audit, remove tech, turn that alarm clock around, and get ready for sleep.
Okay, so lastly, for the parents out there, we need to get back on routines as well. We're all here on this show trying to get into a new routine. With
I was yawning on the way here. The irony was not lost. Yeah.
So for parents as well, to be able to be good role models, what do we need to get in check tonight in our bedroom?
So start working with common sleep practices to follow sleep hygiene. So we talked about a few, making sure our environment's conducive to sleep, removing tech, but then also focusing on prioritizing sleep, right? We often kind of wear a badge of sleep deprivation as a badge of honor, right? So prioritizing our sleep, working with consistent sleep schedules, so going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time every day, but then also working on mindful techniques like meditation, bedtime yoga, mindful breathing, mindful thinking, because insomnia is one of the main sleep struggles. So focusing on those things can really help you fall asleep a lot easier and then stay asleep a lot easier if you wake up in the middle of the night.
I love that you recommend coloring or puzzles.
Yes, adult coloring is huge right now. So it's actually been noted to lower heart rate, to calm one down. So instead of being on your phone before bedtime, color, right? Get out your adult coloring. That's something that you can also do at bedtime with your child. So get them coloring. You can color. It's a great backdrop to start those open-ended questions when we're trying to get that information from our kids. So it works really well.
These are great tips. I'm going to start tonight.
Yeah.
Because I'm wearing one of those badges of no sleep right here. Alanna McGinn, this has been fabulous and very timely. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.